Number 9, Emmett Strolka.
Number 22, Brian Volman. Number 6, John Eisenman. Number 16 and captain, Josh Bielitz. Head coach, Ryan McRail, assistant coach, Gino Minocchio. Now if everyone would please stand, face the scoreboard for our national anthem. Good luck, boys.
Kelly, this is in this box is premiums that stuff that people order, and it has their names and it's in individual bags.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind, it's clear. Everything's clearly marked.
Okay, so I can pass it out.
Yeah, I can put it in the middle. I don't know.
Okay, no, that's perfect.
Thanks. Varsity right here.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
So behave. 10:36. Is this the stuff? Oh, thank you. So Wendy. All right, I'll come here.
Okay, guys,
Well done.
way to pressure.
But I'm not standing in front of I'm sitting to the side.
try, Emmett.
Good try, Emmett. Good try, Emmett.
There it goes. Get there, Emmett. Oh, are you kidding me? Down the line, down the line.
And for Andrews Osborne, number 32, Jason Pohl.
All right. Now take your time. Oops. Nobody there. That'll help. Talk to each other. What? Forward. Saddle. Pick it up. Good try. Sam's got to let him know he's there. Great. All right.
OhioVarsity.com. It tells you how we're going to what you go to, on the homepage is a picture of our girls' team. Click there. And it says boy. It says boy.
Oh, she got it.
Stay on it, guys.
Well done, Joe.
Sam Whiter, Sam Whiter.
In for Andrews, Luis Arreo Hernandez.
There it is. Yeah! Woo!
Goal number
All right,
9,
Emmett.
Red Straka.
We go, Emmett. Good job, Casey. Good outlet, Brandon.
Way to go, way to go.
Good movement, guys.
You got him, beat him wide.
Go, Case.
Right to the goal.
Fill in, fill in. Ah.
In for Andrews, number 20, Reggie Coates.
Yeah. What? with it, go with it.
Take him, shoot him with speed.
Go with it.
Who is that 22?
Brian Volman.
Thank you.
That's it.
All right, set up. Middle. There it is. Ah! All right, boys.
Goal number 27, Kaleo McDonald. Assist number 9, Emmett Strelka.
Yeah. That one was pretty.
Way to go! Nice pass, Emmett! That's a great goal.
That was one of the prettier ones this year.
That was beautiful. Great ball.
That's very nice.
Let's take Casey.
Ah.
That's it. Way to go, Sam.
Get it through. That's it. Ah, left.
Good try, good try.
No.
That's it, Charlie. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Okay, go with it. That's it.
Well done.
Yeah, advantage.
Well done.
Advantage. Aye.
Come on now.
There it is. Hit it. Aye. Hit it again. Ah.
Oh, good try.
Hannah, you would have had that. Because that height.
it, Joey.
Stay on him.
That's it, Sam. Good pressure.
All right, corner.
All right.
Oh, man. Oh.
All right.
Is that a handball? I missed it. Shove or what? That's it. Hey. Stay with it, Aiden. Ah. Stay on him. Keep, guys. Oh, come on. Not intentional.
Can't do that.
Did that hit somebody?
Ball number 7 for Andrews, Andre Filipovich.
There it is. Higher, Case.
Well done, Johnny. Well done.
Now. That's it. Oh, come on. Pressure.
That's it. Good job.
Get there. Ah. Okay.
That's it. Good
Yeah.
pressure.
Hit it. Ah.
Ball number 7 for Andrews, Andro Filipovich.
Let's go, Indy. Let's go. Get up.
Go to it. like ball first. Oh, call him off. Get it out of there. Backside. That's it. All right. Push it. Good, Sam. Good work. Okay, Sam. That's it, Charlie. Set it up, guys. Good try.
There's some 2 minutes and a half. There it is. Chip, get through.
Take your time, 45 seconds.
Set it up. Set it up, guys. on there.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
All right.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And at the half, Andrews Osborne 2 and your Independence Blue Devils 3.
All right, guys, good half.
Take turns throwing it up. It's much more complicated than that.
You have to follow to the right, to the left.
Jeez.
Or not, are those cameras following?
Hey, I got some wasp spray up here. Anybody has a problem with wasps, just let me know.
three guys out on offense and a goal. Some of the talent went to football, some of it stayed away from it. But they were just loaded with a bunch of good soccer players and speed. Look, I would love to have better tracks. Because Kyle Zingman came out with them at Jimmy. They could have sent two, if not three race. Oh well. Good news is at least whatever it is, 40-year-old right here. I was looking at that going, that one might be in jeopardy this year. Well, how's Joe doing? Is he going to Texas yet or no? No, I don't. That's what Brandon was saying. We were asking who catches up with him. Has he spent the summer down there? Well, we joked about it because we went for New Year's Eve to sing a funeral up there. They average the time we were down there 22 degrees below average. They had sleet. The Texans can't come with that on the sleet. So I got my gear away. And stretching and equity for as long as you wear. He should talk to him about that. Real in their own license.
Get something.
Oh.
Take those two.
Wow. right, Charlie.
Watch 13. He didn't make a play on anything but my map.
Back in for Andrews, Luis Arreo Hernandez.
Yeah, what were you watching? That's blue! Oh, come on! All right, it's in the box! You okay? Good job, Khalil.
Ball number 2, Casey McGee.
wasn't even a play on the ball. Pick it up, Braden. This is going to get chippy. That was close. Talk to each other.
Come on, guys, push it. Push! That's it. Good job, Brian. Stay on him, Brian. All right. Good job, Brian. Take it. No! Oh, he came out, kicked it back in. All right, finally. Where's the...
And for Independence number 15, Nathan Bernstein.
All right, Nathan. Keep going. I saw that before. Oh, jeez. That's it. Yeah!
And for Independence number 27, Cleo McDonald.
Oh, you're standing in for the sponsor. So did you find something at Kohl's? Did you find it on You found it on the...
Now go! Ah! Okay, Brian. Up in the air. Come on, Case, get there! Ah. Little far. Why can't we throw the ball in? Get it off him. Okay, go! There it is. Back. Oh, man. Trajectory.
Back in for Andrews, number 10, Antonio Salerno. All right, clear. Good job. Middle. Come on. That's it. Good play.
You're watching girls soccer on OhioVarsity.com.
5 minutes left in the game.
Go!
Hey, no, because, no, listen, because that's
Yeah, that's enough going on. Go! Oh no! All right.
Work on that all the time.
Make a video they can watch.
Gotta take a video of this.
Yeah, okay, they held them.
2 minutes,
Oh, come
less
on!
than 2 minutes in the game.
Are you kidding me? Terrible. What about the one on the other side of the field? That's it. Fill in.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Your final score, Andrews Osborne 2, and your Independence Blue Devils 4. Independence plays at Brooklyn Saturday, 9 o'clock.
Good evening and welcome to Stan Scotian Stadium at Alumni Field here in Independence, Ohio for tonight's OhioVarsity.com Girls Soccer Game of the Week, presented by the Pixel Connection. I'm Steve Hare, and joining me in the booth again tonight is Independence boys coach Ryan McRail. Coach, how are you tonight?
I'm feeling good, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you have to be feeling good after your squad just won 4-2 over Andrews prior to this game. What went well for you?
We had a game plan in place, and the boys executed really well. A couple breakdowns here and there, but that's expected. But the boys, they stuck to the task and took care of business. I'm real pleased.
Good. Yeah, well, I appreciate you joining us tonight. You know Independence just as well as anybody, and I've seen Berkshire and Independence quite a bit. And these two teams are no strangers. This is their 12th matchup since 2009. Independence has been pretty dominant in the series, holding a 8-1-1 advantage, but most recently it's been a lot closer than in previous years, as the two teams tied 2-2 last year. Independence won 1-0 in 2008. In 2017, Berkshire won 1-0. That's when the Badgers went to the regional tournament. So this matchup has gotten more competitive over the years. What have you seen out of both sides in the time you've been a part of the program?
Yeah, it's it kind of comes down to those core of players that have been together playing a while, getting out on the field together and really just playing as a team. And I think the team that can do that tonight is going to come out ahead. But you've seen teams like Berkshire just kind of come out of nowhere and improve because they've got a nice group of kids that may play travel or club together. It's the same exact thing for the Blue Devils.
And the funny thing is, you mentioned that the teams played together, they've gotten to know each other. Well, Independence, when you look at their senior class, they're 42, 23, and 4 in their careers. And that's the seniors, McKenna McGee, Rachel Bielitz, Raquel DiGeronimo, and Paige Westerberg. And we're going to get back to that in just a moment after we tune in for our national anthem. Coach, we were talking about that senior class for Independence, and there's 4 seniors, but these two, Raquel DiGeronimo and Paige Westerberg, have been huge contributors for the Blue Devils over the last 4 years. When you look at the team record, 42 wins, and these two have scored 132 points and 78 points respectively. Raquel DiGeronimo with 45 goals, Paige Westerberg with 30, DiGeronimo with 32 assists, and Westerberg with 18. So they put together the most wins in school history, their first league championship, first district title, and first regional finals appearance. So that's quite a resume for that dynamic duo and the other two seniors in this squad.
Yeah, it comes down to experience. Those girls have been playing soccer a long time. They've been playing together a long time. And you add some other components with a couple of the other seniors, even some of these juniors that have been playing a long time. It makes for a real dangerous combination when they can put it together.
We'll talk a little bit about the Badgers as we progress through this match as well. They've had a pretty good run in their own right. So we're underway here at Stan Scotian Stadium at Alumni Field in Independence, the OhioVarsity.com Girls Soccer Game of the Week, presented by the Pixel Connection. Early on, what do you try to establish, Coach?
Well, I like to see the team settle in and kind of get a little bit of a rhythm going, whether it's moving the ball, trying to get the first bit of pregame jitters out of the way. Just like that play there, see somebody bang a body here or there, and really get themselves settled into the match. But you're susceptible to breakaways like we just saw if you're laying on the ground. So we got to make sure everybody's up on their feet and working hard and getting settled in.
Yeah, that was Tara Barsakowski on the shot for Berkshire. She is one of the Badgers seniors. I'm sorry, Allie Barsakowski, one of the Badgers seniors. She's got 38 career goals, so she's definitely somebody the Blue Devils want to mark a little bit better as this game progresses.
Yeah, it looks like she's the leading scorer of the squad as a senior and captain, and that kind of fire doesn't go away until you graduate. So I'm sure she's looking to make some noise tonight and a little further on in the fall.
Yeah, and not only is she a goal scorer, but she sets it up as well, as she's got 32 career assists.
That's amazing. That's a great career for anybody.
She was a part of that Berkshire run to the regional tournament back in 2017. So Berkshire with a shot already, a little bit off the mark, but that's a good sign when you can get somebody free to get a breakaway shot like that. For Independence, they'll have to tighten up on defense to prevent those breakaways. When you see something like that from a coach's perspective, how do you approach that with your kids when you're on the sideline, they're on the field? How do you make those in-game adjustments?
For something early like that, that's not a surprise. Luckily it wasn't on frame for the Devils, but certainly, the girls have got to get settled in, stick to the fundamentals, move their feet, get in front of the ball, communicate, and it's just an opportunity for everybody to sort of get into the game, and it's the smelling salts of the start of the match for sure.
And there's DiGeronimo. That's definitely somebody Independence wants to have the ball near her feet.
It's a little different look for the Devils tonight. Interested to see how this plays out.
Give a big shout out to Wendy Patton and AJ Marcinko on our cameras tonight. Bringing you the live action here from Stan Scrogian Stadium at Alumni Field in Independence.
It's the dream team of the camera crew here.
Well, we're getting to that point. It's the final week of the regular season. Both teams looking to create a little bit of momentum as they head into the playoffs. Berkshire earned the number 3 seed in the Northeast District 1. They'll host Mapleton on October 19th. Looking ahead at their bracket, I like Berkshire's chances to get through the district. They could end up facing number 1, New Middletown Springfield. There's a little shot off the mark for Berkshire. And that one looks like it's going to head out of bounds. Independence ball.
I hear you're saying team names, but it just sounds like a bunch of words you're putting together. It's funny, doing our district draw is kind of in the same boat. Usually we play the same 13 teams throughout the season, and you see them get in the playoffs, and we ended up, hodgepodging all of our districts together, and we had 34 teams we had to pick through. I had never even heard of some of these cities or towns or schools, and who knows what you're going to get into. So it'll be an interesting fall for playoff soccer, that's for sure.
Definitely, and I know you're one of the coaches that put in the work, and when it comes to the seeding meetings, you do your research, and most of the coaches I talk with, they do their research, but when you look at how some of the teams voted, it's clear that they just look at records and go down, and that's tough to do when you don't know anything about these teams.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I first sorted out my groups. I did it by record, and then I started to look at common opponents and a few other details just to really see who the real cream of the crop was. And it's a hard thing to do because you don't actually see them in person or on video, and you got to sort through it. And you just kind of got to go with your gut in some cases too. And it makes it a little bit of a challenge, but it'll make for a fun fall.
Right, when you look at Berkshire's record, they come in, the Badgers are 7-5-1, but they play up in the Chagrin Valley Conference's Chagrin division. That's the big schools, West Geauga, Chagrin Falls, Orange, Kirtland. Those are 4 quality squads that most Division III teams aren't going to see on their schedule, so records can always be a bit deceiving.
For sure.
And Independence, they come in at 8-5, same thing. They've played Kirtland. They've played a couple of tougher squads. Wellington, who earned a number 1 seed. Independence has a close loss to them earlier this season. So records don't tell the full story.
No, not at all. And even Independence picked up a couple schools like Riverside, North Olmsted, and a few other big-name schools that you usually expect a good soccer match from. Even picked up Orange as well. And, win or lose, you're going to learn something from playing those kind of teams, and hopefully both squads can carry it on into the playoffs.
Right, and that's what I like to see. I see a lot of the smaller schools beefing up their schedules, and, everybody wants to come out on top. You want to have that winning record, and obviously it plays a part in your postseason seedings, but I think the most important part is just being playoff ready, and you're not going to get that way winning 8 and 9 to nothing. And, when you play that type of a schedule, you've got to throw in some games that you're going to be challenged. You're going to see different speed, different aggressiveness.
Yeah, for sure. And, it's a double-edged sword because, sometimes you're playing a bigger school, might be a little more physical. You don't have the depth. You pick up an injury or a ding or knock somewhere, and you might be down a kid for a game or two. But certainly the speed of play, the strength that you need to play at a high level, and, even the organization that it takes to win that kind of game, it all comes out, and hopefully it'll improve either team.
As Brooke Rochalski and Casey Adams chasing down the ball. Looks like it's going to stay headed Berkshire's direction with a throw-in. Nearing that 10-minute mark, we've played about 7. Still scoreless here at Stan Scotian Stadium at Alumni Field in Independence. The OhioVarsity.com Girls Soccer Game of the Week presented by the Pixel Connection. Summer Larch comes back into the game for the Badgers. She's a dangerous scorer. She's got 5 goals and 7 assists this season, just a junior. Can hear Coach Les down there about not moving the ball. There's DiGeronimo, speaking of on the move. She's trying to get it up to Adams. Adams looking to cross. So Wolf on defense for the Badgers, keeping that cross from happening. Badgers trying to break free in the corner. Bielitz clearing the ball for the Blue Devils. Now it's a foot race to keep it in bounds. Berkshire ball. Can't make out the number that far away on the throw-in.
Somebody's got to wash these windows.
No kidding. You should have saw the number of flies that were in here when I got here earlier.
Yeah, no screens. That's usually a problem. At least it's not hornets or wasps.
Right.
Good catch, Coach.
Caitlin Kenny trying to chase that ball down, but it'll be an Independence throw-in. There's Adams trying to beat Newmore to the corner.
That's
Newmore and Adams tangled up there. That'll come back Berkshire's way.
just a few adjustments from each team to kind of see where they fit, see where they can exploit, and maybe get a breakthrough. Neither team is really dominating in any way, but a few chances here and there. So we'll see what adjustments can be made here to make some noise.
Yeah, I know Berkshire used to play over-the-top type of game with Lexi Boyk, who had incredible speed. You send a through ball her way, and she was very dangerous. Well, now, with her having graduated, the Badgers are playing more of a possession-style game, which is really good to see.
Yeah, it's actually it's real nice to see, especially once you get into that rhythm of playing long ball or boom ball or direct soccer, whatever you want to call it. If you can actually put the ball on the ground and make things happen, that's impressive because they do play on a pretty small grass field in their stadium, and to be able to come here and flex their muscle a little bit on the turf, it's good to see this style of soccer played at the high school level.
That's what's going to be interesting in the playoffs this year is teams are going to host games a little bit longer than they have in the past, where after the sectional finals you'd head to neutral sites. Well, now you're going to play on some football fields. You're going to play on some big wide fields like Kirtland has, so it'll be interesting. You've got to change your style a little bit and adapt.
Yeah, certainly as a home cooking kind of team that we are, we like our turf. For the boys squad, going to some of these grass fields in the middle of nowhere to us, is a little bit of a concern, but we're fortunate enough the city here allows both the boys and girls varsity team to practice on their grass fields with full-size goals, and they're close to full-size, but I think playing in that, having those facilities available to us is also a benefit. So. Oh
yeah, and it certainly changes the game when you're on turf. Everything's a little bit faster. The ball rolls better.
Yeah, yesterday we kind of got bumped off the turf for the girls, and I'm willing to share a little bit because I'm just that kind of guy, Steve. But we practiced up on grass, and I was a little nervous that we were going to come out slow, but the boys had a mission tonight and did a nice job. So we'll see how Berkshire can adapt. It looks like they're doing all right. Playing on this perfect pitch is always very helpful.
Kenny on the throw-in. McCandless tried to chase it down, but Hannah McRae clears it for the Blue Devils. Familiar-sounding name. There's Kenny again, and once again McRae heads that ball out of bounds. Another throw-in for the Badgers.
Ooh, yep, that was not a good throw. Needs to be a full motion over the top of the head there. Little pause at the top.
That's McKenna Rainey coming in for the Blue Devils, and Paige Westerberg taking a quick breather. Also McRailed out, and Addie Westerberg in for Independence.
Yeah, Coach Les likes to use a pretty stringent time restraint on his substitutions. Likes to rotate players through quite frequently, keep those legs fresh. It's sort of it's a double-edged sword there too. If a team's starting to get rhythm and somebody's coming out, sometimes it's a benefit to keep those legs fresh. Other times you get a little nervous, wondering, well, maybe now's not a good time. We got some rhythm going, but so far so good.
Once again, a Badgers throw in here near the 35-yard line. Caitlin Kenny throwing it up in the middle. That was Wolf trying to get ahead on it, and Addie Westerberg for Independence on defense.
Really like the look of this Berkshire team. They're moving the ball okay. They're aggressive with and without the ball, kind of getting to spaces. They track well. They're covering their men or women in this case, and doing a real nice job defensively.
This is head coach Ian Patterson's third season, so he's really got his footprint on the program now. Here's a little breakaway for Independence that's going to head the other way off the foot of Kylie Newmore. That ball runs out of bounds. It'll be an Independence throw-in. Geronimo. Oh, that was cleared well by Kenny. And there's Barsakowski on the run. Oh, sorry, that was Jordan Weichert. Those ponytails get you every time. Sarah Wendell clears that for Berkshire. Haven't really talked much about the goalkeepers yet.
Trouble in the middle of the field here for Independence.
There's McCandless trying to put that one between the pipes. Just went wide.
It was a good opportunity for Berkshire coming from the wing, building across the field to get the ball in front of the net. Sprayed that shot just wide, but I'm sure those will get focused in here as the game progresses.
Yeah, you got to chip away at the defense a little bit, and it starts with a few shots. Then the defense has to start to panic a little bit to clean that up, and then you find an opening somewhere. The possession has really been owned by Berkshire to this point. We've played most of this game on the Independence defensive side.
A little more possession-based play, a little more build-up, and sort of a bend, don't break mentality right now from the Devils. Situations like that where you got to find your teammates ahead of you. You don't want to leave yourself stranded for opportunities like that, but a good clearance by Rachel Bielitz.
Rachel Bielitz, one of those seniors that's been such a big part of the success of this Independence team on the defensive end.
Quick shout out to big brother Sam, who's watching on the live stream tonight.
There's a name that I repeated often throughout his 4 years. Outstanding player. He is at Grove City College, I believe.
That's correct. He scored a few goals for us.
Yeah, just a couple. So we've got a corner kick for the Badgers coming up.
Let's see who gets to the ball first. That was a good chance for Berkshire there.
Yeah, Independence's defense has left a couple of creases. Berkshire with a few shots. Nothing to show for it yet. But you've got to just keep chipping away.
Mm-hmm. You almost feel it's a matter of time here for the Badgers. Independence looks like they got a few gaps they got to fill.
Yeah, what we haven't seen out of Independence yet are these runs that Alex Adams is making right now.
Problem with having two fast forwards, sometimes the midfield can't keep up and they're looking for somebody to pass to, and you're kind of on an island. And Alex Adams and Alana Nowak both have some good speed and skill. Sort of left themselves with no options there, and Berkshire got the clear.
And I like the move that Berkshire has with Kylie Newmore on defense. She's very fast, and typically a coach might be eager to put somebody like that up on top to score some goals, but she cleans up a lot on the defensive third. And that can be just as important.
It sure is, and because you're going to play teams that have a burner up top, and they're gonna be able to make some runs. So you got to be able to counter that. And fortunately for both teams, it looks pretty well balanced, minus a few mistakes here and there. It looks like a pretty balanced attack for both teams when they get their chances.
Last time we broadcast a game here from Independence, I saw a lot more build-up in the midfield. They were a little bit more active. We're not seeing that today. Is that a function of Berkshire's defense, or is that something Independence isn't doing?
Well, I'd say a little bit of both. We're getting late in the season. We're getting some tired legs. We're getting maybe a little cloudy head, thinking ahead to playoffs and things like that. Ultimately this game is just for wins and losses. It really has nothing to do with anything as far as rankings or any sort of statement. But certainly, teams that are applying pressure consistently are going to come out on top as long as the skill is equal. And I think that's kind of something we're seeing here. We got some equal skill players and some opportunities both ways.
There's DiGeronimo. She's had very few touches today and takes a tumble after some contact with Wolf.
Yeah, Raquel's used to the contact. She's been on the ground once or twice before in her career, but she's a sturdy player and she'll bounce back.
So that's going to be DiGeronimo on a free kick here. So really the first opportunity for the Blue Devils to put something on the frame. And she's going to go just a bit high on that one. Do you count that as a shot on goal?
If I was counting it, I wouldn't because I wasn't anywhere near it. But I guess the official statisticians can wrestle with that philosophy.
Paige Westerberg sends that one over the end line. That will be a goal kick for the Badgers.
Am I seeing this goalkeeper's a freshman with 85 saves? Yeah, it looks like it.
I believe she has 85 saves. That is Sarah Wendell. We haven't talked about her yet, but in 13 games, she's only allowed 29 goals with 85 saves and 3 shutouts to her credit.
That's a good start to a career for a freshman goalkeeper, I'll tell you what. She'll get some recognition for sure for that kind of work.
Well, a lot of that, at this point in time, you've developed a lot of confidence. And, when you step into that high school role as the goalkeeper, it's a lot different than at the youth level.
Yeah, and, it's hard to tell what kind of soccer she played before. We don't have that sort of information on hand, but certainly experience. You can tell she's got some technique. She knows what she's doing, looking to distribute, and pretty nice punt there, too.
When you look at goalkeepers, Independence has been fortunate. They've had kids that have played multi-years in the net, and Berkshire now, it seems they're going to be in that same position where you're starting a freshman, and that's one less thing a coach has to worry about when you've got a quality keeper.
Yeah, well, I understand that because on the boys' team, we kind of had to manufacture one. That's a good hit.
Another save for Wendell. But yeah, you had to create a goalkeeper.
We did, and I took a defender. Coach Eugenio and I kind of got together, put our heads together, and took our defender, Braden Flynn, who just also happens to be on the basketball team and is about 6'4", pushing 6'5", and he covers a lot of space in that goal.
Yeah, that's something you can't coach, is that arm reach, the ability to jump.
And I'll tell you what, he has certainly taken to it and has a little pride back there and does a great job with reaction saves and things of that nature. So it's nice to be able to kind of manufacture a goalkeeper like that when you don't have the luxury of having a freshman over here like Sarah or even Maria Bolito over here on the Devils, who have tons of goalkeeping experience under their belts.
A little bit of ping pong taking place out there, ball bouncing off some bodies. It's going to keep going Independence's way here.
Yeah, the little shift of momentum back the other way. Independence might see a little opportunity. Here's a freshman, Keeley. She's a very, very new, inexperienced soccer player, but she is a heck of an athlete. Had a good chance in the box there. Good defense by the Badgers.
This will be a corner kick for Independence. They're first. And they're going to play it shallow as opposed to putting it in front of the net. Saw that quite a bit the first time we broadcast a game from here. Seen more and more teams do that as opposed to putting a shot in front of the goal and allowing someone to get up. What's the strategy behind that, where you're playing that short ball instead of
it out? Yeah, so there's an option. It's sort of like an option play in football where you can decide if the overlapping player wants to take it to the end line or wants to head into the box, depending on left foot, right footed shot. But then you still have the opportunity to play something into the back post or even just float something in for a header if it's there. So it sort of turns it into more of a build-up play as opposed to just a spray and pray, kicking the ball into a huge mass of people if you don't have a good presence in the air. So it's a good opportunity for teams that might not be so great in the air to score goals.
I'm going to steal that. Spray and pray. I like that.
That's a shout out to all my Call of Duty buddies out there.
I like that. So here's a little bit of contact. Rachel Bielitz bumps into Jordan Weichert, who takes the tumble. That's going to be a Berkshire free kick. Pretty good opportunity here for the Badgers. Yeah, that wall wasn't exactly 10. They just moved their wall.
They sure did. Well, wasted chance there for the Badgers for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Independence moved their wall so far to the shooter's right, but she went right over top of them. That was Courtney Checkeye, one of the captains. She's got a pair of goals, pair of assists this season. Seems that she followed the lead of the Independence wall. They moved, and she kicked it right over them rather than she almost had a direct shot at the net.
Yeah, you want to see that ball, especially this cool weather on the turf gets real slick. Something, ping something into the middle. You might get a little garbage goal. You might get a deflection, but certainly that chance didn't lend them any opportunity to score. They'll look to improve that as the game goes on.
It's a nice ball into the corner, but Alex Adams, I was about to say Alex Adams isn't going to be able to catch up to it, and she did. Kylie Newmore over there kept it from turning into a shot.
Yeah, good turning something out of nothing for sure.
Looks like another Independence corner kick. And again, playing that short ball, and DiGeronimo with a left foot. Dangerous deflection off of the Berkshire defender.
That's that garbage ball. You never know what's going to happen. We had a few of those in our game prior to this, and we did not take advantage of the opportunity like the Devils did not there.
Yeah, those are some scary balls when you're the coach and it's on your defensive side.
Definitely a helpless feeling. Nothing you can do.
McRae down to Nowak. Nowak fighting Caitlin Kenny. Kenny clears it.
That's good. Good. That was a good through ball. That could have been trouble if Bielitz didn't clean that up.
Right, and that was Jordan Weichert with a nice free ball, but Bielitz, the senior, who's played a lot of defense, she made a nice play.
Yeah, she is a ball hawk, that's for sure. There she is again.
DiGeronimo tries to find Adams. Newmore over there instead. McKenna McGee sends it back Independence's way down into the corner. Adams and Newmore.
Yeah, I'd like to see both teams play a little bit more to feet instead of just kind of kicking it up to space. They're losing opportunities and losing possession a little too easily. 80% of this game is possession, and neither team seems to want to keep it.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Berkshire liked to play that over-the-top ball the last few years with Lexi Boyk and her speed. And they have played definitely a more possession type of game here tonight. But the last 10 minutes or so, as Independence has worked better in the midfield, we're seeing a little bit more of the, I'm going to kick it your way and see where it goes.
Yeah, and that's a team who's trying to make something happen or forcing the issue and not really finding those opportunities that they want. So they're just kind of getting out of their rhythm, getting out of their game plan, and that's going to take them kind of off kilter. They want to get back to what they're good at, and it looks like they're trying to possess and build here, but again, forcing the issue instead of just taking their time and looking for opportunities.
Well, after that first run that Barsakowski had early in the game, Independence has done a nice job of keeping her away from the ball. She's dangerous, so marking her up has been a good decision.
A little contact there. It's going to be a free kick.
So nearing that 10-minute mark, we've played about 30. And we're scoreless here at Stan Scotian Stadium at Alumni Field in Independence for the OhioVarsity.com Soccer Game of the Week presented by the Pixel Connection.
I heard you can rent equipment from them as well.
You sure can. I can't wait to play the commercial, the new readout.
Anything to help Ohio Varsity.
I appreciate that, of course. Maria Bolito on the save. We haven't talked about her yet. Let's pop up her graphic and tell you a little bit about her. In her first year as a goalie, she's got 72 saves, 4 shutouts to her credit coming into tonight.
And for Berkshire,
Yeah, Maria Bolito was kind of waiting in the wings as a freshman and sophomore behind Rennie Kaiser, who had a outstanding career as a goalkeeper here at Independence. But Maria's no slouch herself. She certainly is an experienced goalkeeper. She's played at many, actually 2 different clubs, a couple travel teams, and certainly has the pedigree to be a good goalkeeper here for the Devils for the next 2 seasons.
She's played well in both games I've seen, and she's got the experience and the knowledge, and when you know when to come out, when to fall back, how to control your defense, that goes a long way.
Yeah, and she does a good job with distribution. She knows who to find and how to get the ball to players' feet. So that experience really goes a long way. Here's a chance for the Devils. Keeping that pressure on, causing a little concern for the Badgers at this point.
Yeah, definitely the pressure has shifted. The first 10 minutes, Berkshire was putting the pressure on Independence, and here in the last 10 minutes or so, Independence has really worked better out of the midfield and created some opportunities, a couple of corner kicks.
It's a good chance here for the Devils, see what they can do.
Alex Adams trying to maintain some possession. Nice turnaround on the ball, but wasn't able to keep it. Berkshire trying to clear it now. And I really like that Berkshire, as they're trying to clear it, they're looking for someone to pass to rather than just booting it to the other side.
Yeah, exactly. That's that counterattack build-up that coaches dream of. Hopefully that they can connect again and just get it through each line, get it out of the back, get it to the mids, try and find your forwards, and build that way instead of just kicking it up and hoping somebody runs to it.
Here's Alex Adams setting up for a free kick.
Let's see if they take advantage of the slick turf.
Put that one right over top. That was pretty close.
It had some eyes, a little too strong, but a good effort nonetheless. Got to get those down and get them on frame. That's 2 wasted free kicks for the Devils and 1 for Berkshire by my count.
That ball goes out of bounds. It'll come back Independence's way.
There's that skip. We'll see what happens.
Gets in the corner. I can't see it, so I've got to rely on the camera crew here. Got a throw in for Independence. Is that Paige Westerberg down there?
Yep. There's a couple girls on this team that can really fling the ball into the box, and that's a great weapon to have. Let's see what they can do here. Australian rules rugby, that's a heck of a kick.
It absolutely is. I think her eyes lit up on that one. She had the ball come right back to her, and there wasn't a defender around.
No, the idea was right. I mean, if she can get that down towards that back post, I think she's going to be in much better shape. But, put it back in the mixer, see what can happen. That one just had a little extra sauce on it for sure. Oh, here comes the freshman. Hey.
Great setup, great finish.
That's pretty soccer to watch. A good pressure, forcing the Badgers to have a turnover, and connecting there in the final third. That's a goal, and that's good.
The goal by Independence's Alex Adams. That was a great setup by Nowak. Adams on the finish.
Yeah, and I thought Nowak, she's a natural goal scorer. I thought maybe she'd take that shot, but she saw Alex Adams coming out of the corner of her eye and took the risk of playing that ball across. She did a nice job. The goalkeeper was on it. She was close.
It's goal number 10 for Adams this season and 21 for her career. Nowak with her 5th assist on the season. Great freshman campaign for her. She's got 9 goals and now 5 assists. So as you mentioned earlier, this game has really no bearing on the regular season. The seedings are out. The teams have their playoff draws. They're in different divisions in the CVC, so it doesn't carry any weight. But it is a momentum builder. It's two quality squads here, and a win gives you a lot of momentum heading into the postseason.
Yeah, it's certainly an opportunity. You hear the phrase "steel sharpening steel." These are two very good teams battling it out, trying to figure a few things out before the playoff push. And you try to add a few teams like that onto the end of the schedule because you might have a bye, you might have a week or a week and a half off. So you want to be able to fall back on your experiences and play teams that are going to challenge you a little bit right before that playoff run.
Here's Adams again. She's got 3 Berkshire defenders right around her, but somehow she gets the ball out, and she returns the favor to Nowak, who sends it wide right.
It's a close call. Referee was in position to make it, though, so we'll trust their eyes better than ours from up here.
There was that's right. It wasn't an offsides call. I thought they were calling offsides. That was on the Khalil McDonald incident there, but that was a foul they had called. So I was going to say the offsides is sometimes confusing, but in that case, maybe they were right and we didn't see it.
Well, you can ask every coach and every player. They know exactly whether it's offsides or not. Whether they're right or wrong, they know what it is, but they'll certainly let you know about it.
It's like a foul in basketball.
Yep.
What are you talking about?
Offside's a little more clear-cut than that, but when it's close, you got to be on it, and you got to be able to keep up, for sure. I'd like to see Berkshire take a little more attention to moving the ball across the field as opposed to up and down it, create some gaps and some scoring opportunities, but Independence is putting the pressure on them, really forcing them to make some bad passes and lose the ball.
Skyler Freiling and Lainey Wadsworth in there battling for the ball with Raquella DiGeronimo. Goes out of bounds, and
Keely Sear stepping on the field for the Devils as well. This is her first game. Well, I don't want to say first game, but her first major action this season in the field. She is the backup goalkeeper, but her first season as a soccer player at any level. But like I said, just athletic, and hopefully she can sort a few things out and help this team as we go along.
Yeah, I believe she's got a jersey switch so she can play in the field because she's number 12 on my roster.
Yeah, and it looks like we got some white duct tape out there making it 42.
Is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
That's funny. Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure who the other number 12 is. I guess it's Maria Bolito, but I'm not sure why that really matters if your goalkeeper has a similar number to a field player, but that's how they roster it, I guess.
Checkeye makes some contact, gets it up to McCandless. Berkshire trying to work here in the midfield. Alex Adams gets in the way, and now she's looking for Nowak. There's Nowak battling with Checkeye. McGee saves it for Independence. Gets it into the corner to to Adams.
Earned a corner kick on that hustle play.
That is the third corner kick for Independence. Let's see what they do this time. Bielitz with the header goes just a little bit wide left. Nice ball from DiGeronimo. Bielitz had come from her defensive position for that corner kick, and she almost scored a goal. That would have been her second of the season.
Yeah, with 20 seconds left, why not throw the kitchen sink at it here and try and go up 2 for the half? It's a great ball.
Another one.
That one had eyes for that back post. That could have been trouble for the Badgers, but they avoided it and going to go into half 1-0.
Wendell trying to get it up quickly, but the Badgers just won't have enough time to mount an attack, and we're going to roll into halftime. And let's take a quick break to thank our sponsor and listen in for this new voiceover.
The Pixel Connection is Northeast Ohio's premier camera store, servicing photographers and videographers for over 5 years. Did you know that you can rent professional cameras and lenses at a fraction of the cost of buying the equipment? There's no reason you can't capture those game-winning moments. To save 25% on your next rental, use the code OhioVarsity at checkout. View their rental selections at rentals.thepixelconnection.com.
And welcome back to Stan Scotian Stadium here at Alumni Field in Independence for the OhioVarsity.com Soccer Game of the Week presented by the Pixel Connection. Once again, I'm Steve Hare with OhioVarsity.com, and joining me in the booth is Independence boys coach Ryan McRailed. Coach, it's 1-0 here, Independence with the lead. The Blue Devils got off to a slow start. They picked it up somewhere around midway through the first half and found that goal from Nowak to Alex Adams, and they lead 1-0. What have you seen out of both sides so far?
Well, they started out a little timid to start, but a lot of good pressure on the ball from both teams, a lot of disruption in the build-up. Just a little bit of a miscue by the Badgers coming out of the back, which led to the Blue Devil goal. I'd like to see the attack build up a little bit more for the Badgers, and a little bit more of the same for the Devils. So it promises to be a good second half of soccer.
Let's take a quick look at our unofficial stats. Obviously the score 1-0 Independence. Shots on goal, Independence with 5, Berkshire with 4. Corner kicks, I think, is one of the big differences here. Independence with 4, Berkshire with 1. Fouls, I've got Independence with 3, Berkshire with 2. And saves, Berkshire with 3. That's Sarah Wendell. And Independence's Maria Bolito with 1. We've got about 8 more minutes. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with about a minute left in halftime to follow up on the second half of action here at Independence. Welcome back to Stan Scotian Stadium here at Alumni Field in Independence, Ohio, for tonight's Ohio Varsity Soccer Game of the Week presented by the Pixel Connection. I'm Steve Hare, and joining me once again this season in the booth is Independence boys coach Ryan McRail. Coach, what do you start off with as the Berkshire coach who's down 1-0? What do you try to do early in the second half?
Yeah, I'd like to see Berkshire put a little more pressure on, cause a little more disruption to the build-up that the Blue Devils have been enjoying here for this first half, and really kind of assert themselves. Maybe be a little more physical, attack the ball, put some bodies in there, make some things happen for themselves. You know, a little hustle, a little hard work can go a long way in a 1-0 match.
Independence scored off an Alex Adams goal set up by freshman Elena Nowak. So if you are Independence, how do you maintain this 1-0 lead and keep the Berkshire team out of the net?
You know, I thought the back line did a nice job of stepping to the ball early, clearing it out. I'd like to see the Blue Devils keep trying to find feet, play with a little more energy and a little more, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? A little more not desire, but certainly some urgency to put this game away. Another goal will go a long way for that energy, and we'll see what the Badgers are made out of here, if they can even it up or if they go down. See what that does to the mental side of their game.
Well, another goal certainly will provide a little bit of cushion, but as we saw in the first game of this boys and girls doubleheader, even a 3-0 lead isn't safe. Your boys made it interesting. Went up on Andrews 3-0, and Andrews came back with a pair of goals to cut it to 3-2.
Well, don't kid yourself. They've got probably the best Division III soccer player in the state on their team, in Andrew Filipovic, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He was runner-up for the Greater Cleveland MVP last year to Alec McDonald, but he certainly is the real deal. He's got great speed and skill, and they added another international-level player, a young man from Italy, to sort of complement him, and they were both a very big handful to deal with today. So anticipate them making a lot of noise in the playoffs. They are a good squad.
Yeah, we're underway here in the second half, about a minute and a half in now.
Good patience by the Devils.
There's Summer Larch trying to... I'm sorry, again, I keep calling Summer Larch McCandless. Or I'm sorry, McCandless Summer Larch. That was McCandless with the ball. I'm trying to watch the game through my monitors here as I'm producing the game as well. That gets tough to do.
Well, and eating all those M&Ms will do you in too.
Some of us have other issues. Mine is an M&M's addiction. There's a ball trying to get out to Paige Westerberg. Haven't said her name very much tonight. That's somebody the Blue Devils could use a boost from.
Yeah, Paige is looking a little tender tonight, a little timid. So hopefully she's feeling okay. Yeah, she got crunched pretty good in their last game and landed on her backside, so she has a little tailbone soreness, and I think that's showing here because usually she's got some pretty good speed. Not to mention the titanium rod in her leg.
Yeah, that doesn't help. There's McCandless showing a nice burst of speed.
Yeah, if you'll recall, 22 there, Paige Westerberg had a pretty gruesome injury back in the regionals last year. She did have a titanium rod placed into her leg, and it still resides there to this day. So I can understand why she might be a little timid, but feeling the effects of a sore tailbone certainly can put a damper on your speed as well.
I'm still haunted by the sound of that injury.
Yep, you know the difference between shin guards clacking together and a bone snap. So certainly, hopefully everybody's okay here.
Little contact in the corner there. Rachel Bielitz and looks like Courtney Checkeye. I'm sorry, that wasn't Courtney Checkeye. Looks like Checkeye is going to take the... Oh, that was Barsakowski. Okay, and Checkeye taking the corner kick for the Badgers. We are quite a distance from the field, and there it is, the equalizer. Couldn't quite make out who punched it in, but it comes off of the Courtney Checkeye corner kick.
Yep, the Badgers really went to the ball well there. It was kind of put right on a postage stamp, and a great header down into the goal for the Badgers, evening it up 1-1 there. Great finish on the corner kick.
Hoping we get a name on the goal. There were a whole bunch of bodies in the box.
And we'll see who's got the spring in their step. That's usually a telltale sign.
And I was just complaining about the distance and how hard it is to see the numbers here at night.
Referee doing his best to keep this one under control. A little nudge there. Quick call.
Checkeye taking the free kick for the Badgers. McCrail clears it for Independence. Yeah, they get on that far side where the lights are dimmer and you can't really make out the numbers.
Yeah, the one thing that didn't happen with this new turf project a couple years back, they were wrestling with the idea of moving the light posts on the outside of the track, and the cost was just a little too much to do that, so they decided to leave them in place and just turf around them, and it makes it a little tough in some of the spots on this field, but all in all, not too bad.
I'm old enough to remember when this was a grass field, so I love the turf. There's another great opportunity for Berkshire. Cleared. I think that's Addie Westerberg. Got in the way of that Berkshire shot.
Looks like that was Casey Adams.
Casey Adams. It was Casey Adams. You are right. Yeah, and the numbers on the front of Independence jerseys might as well not even be there.
Yeah. Yes, the state standard 4-inch letters. Looks like those might be 3.5.
And for those of you wondering why it's so difficult for me to see the numbers, I'm looking at them even smaller on my production screen here as I'm switching between the camera views.
Corner.
Oh, it looks like a corner kick for Independence coming up. That is their fifth.
Wasn't real excited about that crossing opportunity. There didn't look to be too many people in the box for it, but when you get a corner out of it, you'll take it.
Well, this time looks like DiGeronimo is going to send it to the net this time. There was Casey Adams on the header. Went a little bit wide. Yeah, goal kick for Berkshire.
A good look for the Devils. Good defense there by the Badgers.
Yeah, that's what you want off a corner kick. You want an opportunity. Independence had one.
Ooh.
Right off the face of Checkeye. She's tough.
Yeah, she is.
I don't think she even flinched. Oh, Adams tried to get a touch on that one. That might have changed the course of that play. Berkshire throw in after the out-of-bounds ball. Independence throw in now. Casey Adams. Looking for Sister Alex. She sends it in Paige Westerberg's direction. But Tara Barsakowski was there to clear it.
Badgers look like they have a couple extra players pushing up here. Maybe an opportunity for them to spring another shot on goal or get a corner kick out of the situation.
Kenny with the throw in. Sophie George tried to wrestle that ball away for Independence, but it went out of bounds. See Abby Connors in the game for Berkshire. Sophomore. True story, I coached her in kindergarten, taught her everything she knows.
Well done.
Thank you.
Does she know how to tie her shoes? 'Cause
Well,
usually
I didn't
that's,
teach her that.
You spend most of the time at a kindergarten practice doing that, don't you?
Oh, she was a phenomenal kindergarten player. Her and her brother Jude both. They were key parts of the Burton Tigers. Gosh, what was that, 10 years ago or so? Wow.
Getting old, Steve. That was a good clear. Got to connect it for opportunities here for both teams, really. You know, looking to see a little more connection between the lines of play.
All right. Newmore chased that ball down for Berkshire, sent it back to Sarah Wendell. Prevented any type of attack from Independence. A little more contact in the middle.
It's getting real slick out there. You can see that ball having a little extra spin, a little extra life with the ball on the ground.
And that's the funny part about fall. You get a little bit more moisture, the colder weather, and when you're playing on the turf, it does some funny things to the ball.
Yeah, our game ended just about 6:30-ish, and it was starting to pick up a little bit. Once the lights, or once the sun goes down, oh, that's a great opportunity. Unbelievable.
Wow, DiGeronimo with the left foot just couldn't get enough on it. It bounced off the goalkeeper and then off of the post. And then it looked like, was it Nowak that tried to finish it off?
Followed it up and just couldn't find the back of the net. Great effort by the Berkshire goalkeeper.
Wendell with her fourth save unofficially. And that was a big save because that was two straight opportunities for Independence to put one in the net. Now we got a foul on Berkshire.
Yeah, in that situation when you're goalkeeping, laying on your stomach, you're going back to your reactions and your natural athletic ability just to try and keep that ball out of the net. She did a great job. Let's see if somebody can find the frame on a free kick here.
Can't tell if that's Casey adding up. There's Casey in the field.
That's Alex. Trying out for Dad's football team.
Independence will start its football playoff run on Friday in Monroeville.
Got a map?
I looked up a map to see if I could stop in on my way back from state golf, but it's an hour and a half the other way. I don't want to go that far out west, so I'll watch that one on the Facebook stream that's supposed to take place.
I don't want to sound too ignorant, but what division is this football playoff for Independence Monroeville?
Independence is now Division 7.
Division 7.
In football, yes.
Yeah, you got to travel a little bit to find a Division 7 school around Greater Cleveland.
Yeah, and especially the way the playoffs are set up this year with basically super regionals rather than your standard sectional district type of playoff that we're used to in the other sports. But even in football, your first playoff game typically was closer than 2 hours. And you're going to see a lot of that travel in the soccer and volleyball postseasons too. Marietta, Ohio, they are in the same district as Eastlake North, Willoughby South. I mean, you're talking 2.5 hours for those teams.
Marietta, holy moly. That's by school bus. What is that, 3 hours?
Absolutely.
Good gracious.
And there's another shot by DiGeronimo that was saved by Wendell. So DiGeronimo more active now in the first 10 minutes of this second half than we saw in the first half. Alex Adams getting called for the foul there. Abby Connors takes one for the team. Yeah, a little handball called on Summer Larch. Incidental. It's another one of those rules that I don't see called as often as maybe it's supposed to be. A little judgment call, you think?
A little bit. It really, if it affects the play of the ball, generally, that almost became a trap situation where she trapped the ball with her arm, so therefore gained an advantage from that contact. For female soccer, if they keep their arms in towards their chest, it's not going to be called as a handball, but once that arm gets outside their body, it'll usually get called. Just out of the reach of 19 there.
Casey Adams trying to get around that corner. Abby Connors there to cut her off. Alex Adams looking for Nowak. Now it's McGee trying to chase it down in the corner. I believe that is Alyssa Wolf that played some defense there.
It's good to shut her down and force her to go one way or the other. Pushed her out of bounds, got the goal kick.
I know earlier we talked about Berkshire's playoff opponent, hosting Mapleton on October 19th. Independence earned the number 8 seed in the Northeast District 3 and will host Oberlin on that same day, October 19th. A win could set up a possible rematch with Wycliffe in the second round. Independence defeated Wycliffe earlier this season 2-0 on September 10th.
Was that at Wycliffe? I feel like it was.
No, that was here. We broadcasted the battle. Oh, no, that was Riverside that we broadcast. So, yeah, it was at Wycliffe. That's correct. Your game was here, the Battle of the Blue Devils that we broadcast.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a tough stadium to play in. It's a football field in every sense of the word. So going out there to Wycliffe can be difficult towards the end of the season. I'm not sure who's higher seeded at this point, but that'll be the home team.
It will be Independence.
Okay.
If they both win, it'll be played here, which is good because as you get deeper into the playoffs, you're also getting deeper into October, and that brings some questionable weather. And when you're playing on a grass field that's been rained on for 2 or 3 straight days, those fields can get very interesting.
Yeah, and with every football team in the state still playing too, if there's a home football game towards the end of this year, and can really create some issues for those grass football fields. So a little home cooking, some turf is always welcome this time of year.
Berkshire had a nice opportunity set up. Independence was able to clear it. McRail sends a nice ball. Can Nowak chase it down before Newmore gets there? And she cannot.
Great speed over there by Newmore.
See Raquel DiGeronimo limping near midfield. Adams tried to lead.
A little miscommunication in the back there, and that the Devils were fortunate enough to handle that and at least get it out of bounds up here toward midfield.
Right. You talked about Maria Bolito and her knowledge and not necessarily experience, as this is her first year as a starting goalie, but the knowledge that she has and her soccer IQ. She stepped up and made the right play at the right time. Adams and Hornack locked up there. Hornack's going to clear that ball for Berkshire, but it'll be an Independence throw-in. Harb and Sears in. McRail and McGee take a break. Casey Adams on the throw-in for Independence. Finds her sister, Alex, who's now looking for Harb. Instead, it's Hornack. There's McCandless looking on a breakaway, and she's trying to find Allie Barsakowski. A little contact between Barsakowski and Bolito.
He's considering it, but I don't think this late in the season they're going to make that call and put somebody at risk for missing playoffs. It has to be pretty egregious, and that might have been considered incidental.
Yeah, I think that was pretty incidental. She was on a breakaway and kind of hard to stop on a dime at that point.
But they'll be keeping an eye on it for sure from here on out. I did like that build-up and counterattack by the Badgers. They've certainly got some speed and some skill.
Alex Adams and Kylie Newmore fighting for possession. Oh, there's a little aggressive play. Skyler Freiling.
Now we're going to see a little action. You know, both teams have a little pride on the line. You know, we said this wasn't really worth much, but nobody likes losing. So we'll see what both teams can bring tonight. The last 20 minutes should be pretty exciting.
Skyler Freiling, another one of those kids that I've seen grow up through the Burton Youth Program, and she's not the biggest kid out on the field, but she plays like a lion. She's always been a very aggressive player. She's got some speed, so she scored a lot of goals through her youth career. And she's showing she's not afraid to mix it up on defense.
Hey, a little heart goes a long way out there, that's for sure.
Nearing the midway point of the second half, we're still deadlocked 1-1.
Yep, this referee will get a hold of this game and call every little thing just to keep everybody safe at this point. But, you know, there's always going to be some physicality out there. Just got to do it the right way and be smart about it. Shove in the back ain't going to do it.
And, you know, the better teams are also usually the most physical and aggressive teams, and you're seeing that out of Independence and Berkshire tonight.
Yeah, and, you know, having seen a few of the other Blue Devils games this season, it's actually nice to see because they play a good control game, but every once in a while you get a little energy in them, and they start putting a little more effort into it, and you're going to bang into some people. You're going to experience that in the playoffs, so it's good to get a good test here towards the end of the season.
It was McKenna Reaney that cleared it for Independence. Called her the wrong name earlier, so wanted to give her that shout out now. Once again off in the corner, so I can't see the action except on my camera. Looks like Freiling.
Nice cross. And a good clear.
$18:55 remaining here at Stan Scotian Stadium at Alumni Field. Then Independence for the OhioVarsity.com Girls Soccer Game of the Week presented by the Pixel Connection. Independence with a first half goal. Berkshire equalized it in the second. And now we've got just over 18 minutes to decide this one. This is the 11th matchup between these two teams since 2009. Independence is 8-1-1 in those games, but the series has been much more competitive over the last 3 years. As Berkshire made a magical run in 2016, their first undefeated season. 2017, they reached the regionals. Independence has always been a very competitive program. Last few years, they've strung together some double-digit win seasons. We talked about that senior class with 42 wins. That's an impressive run for this group. It was Nowak trying to chase that ball down for Independence. Looks like Checkeye cleared it. Again in the corner, I think that's DiGeronimo on the throw-in. And of course I was wrong, it was Addie Westerberg. There's DiGeronimo. Gets the left foot on it.
Oh! Wow. That was an amazing save by the young goalkeeper for Berkshire. She just went on her natural instincts and reaction to keep that one out of the back of the net.
Right, that was a defensive error, and it wasn't even – it was an unforced error. The ball came Kylie Newmore's way. She tried to deflect it, and it deflected right back to the goalie, who, without that quick instinct, Sarah Wendell was going to have another goal allowed.
Well, I think if that shot had a little bit more energy on it, it might have redirected itself right into the net. It was it had eyes for sure, but a great save by the young goalkeeper.
Absolutely. Definitely a close call.
Looks like the Devils are going to take another corner here.
It's their 6th corner compared to 2 for Berkshire. Be DiGeronimo. That ball headed out by Kenny. Right back to DiGeronimo. Tries to make a move to get to the corner. Well, Coach, we're nearing that 15-minute mark. 1-1 game. How aggressive do you want your team to play at this point when a mistake could cost so much?
Yeah, you know, there has to be a certain balance between composure and being overly aggressive. You know, if you can step to these 50-50 balls, put a little more pressure on them, maybe force a bad pass here and there, that's how you want to take over this game. It's not necessarily about, I don't want to steal a phrase from football, jumping routes or anything like that, but certainly, you know, staying tight on your man marking, finding those opportunities to step into a pass like that maybe should have been passed a little harder, get a turnover like we're seeing here, and create chances.
Yeah, Noack fielded that deflected ball. She gets it into the middle for Adams. And Alex Adams sends that just wide right.
Yeah, that's a tough angle for any striker to hit a shot from. She could have been better served to cut it back onto her left foot, maybe look for a pass into the box like Noack did for her earlier in the game. That could have been trouble for the Badgers, but they avoided one there.
Noack made quite the play just to rustle up that loose ball to get it out to Adams.
Yeah, she's a heck of an athletic player and can make plays like that. She's sneaky fast, and she can create opportunities. So we'll see if there's some more chances for either team here coming up. It's going to be a good 13 minutes or so.
Well, you know, when you can hear the players communicating out on the field all the way up here in the box, you know that's a good sign. But it seems to be a little more frantic, too.
And, you know, it's funny because once you get tired, you stop yelling as much, you stop talking as much, and you know, they got a little extra juice right now looking to get that win. So good for them to keep that communication open.
Adams was looking to make a run. Newmore clears it for Berkshire. Hannah McRail to take the throw in for Independence. Off the face of Reaney.
Like a handball.
To be Caitlin Kenny delivering this kick for Berkshire. We're talking about that skip because of the wet turf. That took a nice skip to it, like skipping a rock.
A little damp this time of year, time of night. Certainly can lead to an advantage if somebody can play it the right way.
Yeah, those are dangerous kicks when you're closer to the goal.
It's going to be trouble for the Devils here. Good opportunity for the Badgers. Oop. Little clip.
DiGeronimo and Wolf. Wolf takes a tumble. It's going to be Bielitz delivering the free kick for Independence. Nice ball. Looking for Alex Adams. Not sure she got the toe on it, but that ball ends up with Sarah Wendell.
Yeah, Wendell covered that offside space really well. Ball squeaked through, and she picked it up. Like to see a little better distribution there, but good idea on the quick counterattack for sure.
Yeah, we talked about Sarah Wendell. She's just a freshman. She's made some great plays tonight. I mean, the future certainly bodes well for the Badgers.
Yeah, she's kept this team in the game, that's for sure. Kept the ball out of the net 2 or 3 times now, and you know, even if it just ends up a draw, she certainly pulled her weight as a young goalkeeper. She's doing a great job back there.
Nearing that 10-minute mark. We're at 10:50 left. Oh, a little handball on, is that Reaney?
Yep.
McGrailed out to DiGeronimo, who's looking for Adams. Adams goes down after some contact with Wolf. Good no call. Adams out to Nowak, but Newmore redirects that ball.
It's a good one-touch idea there from Berkshire. This could be trouble.
Summer Larch gives Berkshire a 2-1 lead with 10:07 remaining in the game. You called it. Could be trouble, and it was.
Yeah, you know, you get a good deflection like that across the top of the box, and somebody with a nose for goal. That was a nice shot into the back corner of the net, just out of the reach of Bolito. Just good composure on that shot. What a finish. Well done.
Summer Larch with her 6th goal of the season, and that one gives Berkshire a 2-1 lead with just over 10 minutes remaining. Well, we just got done talking about Sarah Wendell and how she's made some plays to keep her team in the game, and she was just rewarded. And she now holds a 1-goal advantage. And how much does that alleviate some pressure for a young goalkeeper late in the game?
You know, I'm not sure it does. You feel good that your team's up, but this is going to be a heck of a 9 minutes here. It's going to get a little physical, I would imagine, and she's going to see the ball again a few times. So we'll see what these teams do composure-wise, see what Berkshire can do to shut down the rest of the game, and see if the Blue Devils can create some opportunities, because this one's far from over.
Well, we talked earlier about how this game really has no bearing on the regular season. It doesn't have a bearing on the postseason since the seeds are determined. They're basically playing for pride. But Berkshire hasn't had a whole lot of success in this series. The Independence is 8-1-1 since 2009. So for Berkshire to come out here to Independence and go home with a win, that would be a big momentum builder, confidence builder for them heading into the postseason.
Well, yeah, you always want to play a good team and beat a good team, and I think both of these girls' programs have had a nice past couple seasons and some good chances to win against some decent teams. You know, the talk is usually about Kirtland out in this area for the powerhouse girls program, but certainly these teams are no slouches and could put together a good soccer game, and we're seeing that tonight.
Westerberg had a nice ball into the middle for McGee, but Jordan Weichert was there to clean it up for Berkshire. But we'll have an Independence throw-in down here in the far corner.
Casey Adams with the toss. Nice distance.
And there's Skyler Freiling drawing the yellow card. or was it on?
It was on both. They got into a little fracas there in the box, and the referee was having none of it from either player.
I gotcha. He's taking control, as you mentioned. Skyler Freiling got up with the "who, me" look on her face.
Mm-hmm. Classic defenders, right? Never did anything wrong. But both players certainly have a moment to cool off and think about it and come back in, hopefully help their teams out.
Well, Independence has 7 minutes and 45 seconds to try and find an equalizer here. Berkshire with the free kick. McRae dishes it back to DiGeronimo, who sends a ball into the corner. Didn't quite make it. Sarah Wendell there to clean up the loose ball.
Yeah, Devils are having a hard time connecting that midfield pass to anyone up top. They've been sending a lot through, really to nobody. And Sarah Wendell's done a nice job just kind of cleaning up and putting the ball back into play. Devils need to have an opportunity to score. They got to get the ball to feet.
Yeah, we saw Independence struggle a little bit early on to work through the midfield. They seem to have corrected that, but here we are, and they're back to struggling to set anything up, and they've got just under 7 minutes now to fix that problem.
And it looks like Berkshire dropped at least one player back into the midfield, and now they're going to try and spring a counterattack here with some speed. There's a little build-up from the Devils.
DiGeronimo puts it in the corner looking for McGee. Abby Connors from Berkshire will have none of that. Be a throw in for Berkshire. And now Berkshire's going to get a free kick. Looks like Connors is setting up to take that. 6 minutes remaining in the game. Casey Adams looking for her sister Alex. Courtney Checkeye had other ideas. And now it's McCandless putting the ball into the corner. A little too long for Barsikowski. And I couldn't tell who the other Badger was. But Maria Bolito got there before both of them.
Yeah, not to state the obvious, but both teams would be much more effective if they would just pass it to their teammates. It's a pretty simple game, but you can't win if you don't have the ball. And right now, the Devils need to find some magic because Berkshire's taking over and clearing that ball up the field. They're not getting their foot on the ball. They got to figure that out real quick.
Yeah, we saw it early on. Berkshire seemed to control possession. Independence either made an adjustment or increased their effort and work rate. But here we are, back to that same situation from the beginning of the game. Berkshire seems to be controlling the ball a little bit more. And they have the 2-1 lead. It's a good position to be in.
Yeah, you know, they're capitalizing on mistakes. And most of these goals, that's when you got a balanced series here between these two teams. They're two really good teams going at it. Whoever makes those mistakes, you're gonna lose. And right now, the Blue Devils are looking down the barrel because they've made one more mistake than the Badgers did, and certainly the Berkshire keeper has kept them in this game and really held it high. Player of the game for me right now.
Oh, I concur. She has done a great job. That back-to-back save she had earlier, that looms large right now.
Really does. That would have at least made this a 2-2 game or 2-1 the other way. You never know with momentum shifts or how kids are feeling, how they're reacting. That's a ridiculous spin on that ball, and it stays
Did you
in.
see that?
Unbelievable. What a play.
It's the English you put on a pool ball.
the Massey. All right. Last chance saloon here for the Devils.
3:29 remaining. Throw in. Sophie George trying to maintain possession. Barsakowski fights her off, but that ball will roll out of bounds. It'll be a Berkshire throw-in. Jordan Weichert looked to set up for that throw, but she defers to Abby Connors.
Yeah, and for people who are tuning in, the referee stops the clock on any substitution underneath 6 minutes. And he's unhappy with the thrower change. Is now going to. Little delay tactics, a little gamesmanship from the Badgers, but all part of the match and something that the High School Federation has tried to avoid with mass substitutions late in the game to kill the clock. There's certainly other ways around that teams can find, but really the most important one is possession. So we'll see if Berkshire can hold on to the ball and kill this out.
Berkshire tried to get that into the middle. Bielitz was there, but there's a shot on target, and Bolito in the right position at the right time. Nearing the 2-minute mark, and it's going to become a little more frantic for the Blue Devils as they look for the equalizer. I think at this point Berkshire will be content playing some defense. Independence with a throw-in. It'll be Casey Adams. DiGeronimo with a contact. Berkshire clears it again. We'll have another throw-in. Adams looking to get it up in front of the net, which she does. Cleared again by the Berkshire defense. I think at this point everything's got to go as close to that net as you can get it, and you hope for a deflection. And there's a ball that Nowak's trying to put out there. Oh, and that one goes off the upright of the football goal post. Certainly won't make a difference in this contest.
And again, the referee stops the clock on a substitution.
Sarah Wendell puts it back in play, and again, she's got both of our votes for player of the game if this result stands. Outstanding effort from her tonight. By my count, she's got 6 saves, 2 of them from point-blank range.
Yep, those are the ones that mattered for this Blue Devils team, and for the Badgers, really, to take this win home tonight.
Well, this will be Berkshire's just the second win over Independence since 2009. Much needed and well deserved. The Badgers will head into the postseason with some confidence, a win over a quality Division III opponent.
Yeah, and a good game, I think both teams played pretty well. Good tune-up before playoffs, and looks like everybody stayed pretty healthy, and that's certainly a big part of the problem here towards the end of the season. So it's good to see a good soccer match here tonight.
It was, and Independence is walking away from this one on the short end of the scoreboard, but nothing to be ashamed of. Well-played game for both sides, as you mentioned. There were a couple of mistakes you want to clean up, but that's why you play these games, because you need to be tested against quality opponents, and I think both sides were. Berkshire made one more play than Independence did, and that's all that mattered.
Yep, just a little more effort on either side, and this could be a 3-1 game either way, really. But
good to see these teams go at it here tonight, and looking forward to seeing what they can both do in the playoffs.
Well, before we sign off, let's go over some quick unofficial post-game stats. Your final score, Berkshire 2, Independence 1. Shots on goal, I had them even at 9. Corner kicks, Berkshire had 2, Independence had 6. Fouls, you had 5 for Berkshire and 7 for Independence. And saves, 6 for Berkshire, 3 for Independence. Want to give a shout out to Kirtland coach Ed Braddock for the compliment he just texted our way. Coach McRailed, he said, "Fine or nicely done, gentlemen." So thank you, Mr. Braddock.
Thank you,
We'll
Mr.
be
Braddock.
seeing you in the postseason. One more shout out to our camera workers, AJ Marcinko and Wendy Patton. Job well done, folks. Coach McRailed, I appreciate you being on the show tonight. The broadcast is always better with somebody other than me speaking, so the more you can speak, the better off everybody is. So I appreciate you being here. Good luck to you and your squad in the postseason.
Well, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure, and hopefully we'll get together again one more time before the season's over.
Absolutely. And your final score here from Stan Scotian at Alumni Field in Independence, Berkshire 2, Independence 1. I'm Steve Hare for Coach Ryan McRailed. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you during our next broadcast.